All right, kindergartners, today we are starting our Wild Things Creature project, and we are going to be printing two different papers. So you get to choose the two colors that you're going to paint on from Mrs. Cleary's back counter. So what I have done is I have gotten a yellow paper and a blue paper. I am going to go to my table spot and I am going to write my name on both of my papers. This is so important because they're going to all look a lot alike. So we want to make sure our name is on both. Kind of hard to read that, but I do have it on that blue one. So after I have my two papers with my name on them, I'm going to carry them to the table that has the color I want to start with. So we will have, each table will be a color. So on my yellow paper, I am going to go to the green table. So that's the table that has green paint. Everything at the green table, every tool, every stamper is going to be in green. So these are the variety of stampers that will be around the room. For my demonstration, I am going to pick a bell. It's a little bell stamper. So I'm going to hold it. If you can see, there's a side that has a little bump on it. I'm going to hold that side so my fingers don't get super messy. And I'm going to dip it into the green paint. So one end is in green. The rest is pretty clean. My hands won't get too dirty. I am going to stamp a nice bell shape in a row across my paper. This stamper is the same stamper that I'm going to use on this whole paper. How many times did you see me put this into the paint? Just one time. So now I'm ready for my second row. I put it in the paint again. My second row, I could go right underneath my first row, or maybe I will go in between these so my rows look a little bit different. Again, I did that whole row just dipping into the paint one time. So I'm going to keep working on this, and when the whole paper is filled up, it's going to go in the drying rack. So that means I've done a lot of rows and the whole paper is filled up. Goes in the drying rack. I would leave my tools at that table and the paint at that table. Then I'm going to take my second paper, and I am going to go to a different table probably. So I'm going to go and pick yellow. I think yellow might look really cool on this dark paper. For this one, I'm going to try a different tool. This was something that had yarn or string wrapped around it. It's called a spool. So I'm going to dip this spool, just one end, in the yellow. And now I'm going to stamp on here. That's cool. I did a whole row and I only put it in the paint once. Now I'm ready for my second roll. These kind of look like lemons, don't they? So again, I'm going to fill this whole paper up with my prints, and it's going to go in the drying rack. When I'm all done, I might need to wash my hands, and then I can play with the blocks because these have to dry before we can cut them up and turn them into creatures.